Hi everyone, welcome to another video on the Wild Knits Glasgow channel. My name is Maria. Welcome if you're new here, or welcome back if you've been a few times. I usually make podcasts about knitting and tell everybody what I'm making, what I would like to cast on, things that I have bought. But lately I've been dabbling my feet into a few different kind of videos and formats, and I thought, why not try something like a vlog but knitting focused? So I will try and film for the next maybe week or so and just sort of show you what I'm knitting, how much I get done in the week, what I'm casting on, because I have a few kind of things sitting and ideas going on that I would like to make and create. So I thought, why not start a little video on it and see where this is going. Maybe this won't even make it up because it's too boring, but I don't know. I feel like the lighting in my kitchen is not the greatest, sorry. I'm on my own with Emma. She is watching some TV and I am preparing her lunch because we're gonna go out today. We're gonna go to soft play and we are heading out into the west end of Glasgow, and after soft play we'll just have a little walk and I'm gonna get my lunch, and then when she wakes up I'm gonna make her or give her her lunch, and it's just going to be some like pinwheel, so puff pastry, and then I'm just spreading some tomato sauce on it that my husband made, and I'll sprinkle it with cheese, and then I'll just pop it in the oven. I hope you enjoy this kind of a video. I don't know how this is gonna plan out. We'll just see. We'll kind of just take it as it comes. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys later. Good morning. It is Saturday and I am just going out for my run, and then I think we're heading to a local loch, Loch Lomond, for a bit of fun in the aquarium and maybe some food. And so I'll take you guys along again today and I'll show you guys what I have been knitting yesterday evening, because I didn't talk about it then. So I hope you enjoy today. Hi, I have finished my run and I've just done a little bit of a breakfast run too. If anybody's interested, I thought I'd talk about what kind of running I do. So I started in February this year and I started with the Couch to 5K program, which was brilliant and really did get me to run. And now I'm kind of running 30-40 minute stretches in a certain heart rate zone. It is so awkward to hold the phone at you and talk at it in public, even though this is really quiet and early. Okay, I was saying I'm running 30-40 minute stretches in a low heart rate zone, so in heart rate zone 2 for me. And then on Sundays I do my long run, which is going to be tomorrow, and it'll be an hour 20, so it's always over an hour by now, and that takes me over to the 10k mark. And then I try to do one threshold run as well a week, which is 4 minutes in heart rate zone 4 and then followed by 2 minutes in heart rate zone 2. And I'll do in total the 4 minute for heart rate zone 4 for about 20 to 26 minutes. I'm kind of changing it as I go, how I feel that week. And then every third week's a recovery week. So yeah, in case you're interested. Hi, I'm wearing my festival sweater today. It actually really does need a bit of de-pilling. I keep forgetting which way to pronounce it. And I think it also has a stain. No. I have a couple of minutes, so I thought I would show you what I have been knitting on yesterday evening. I have started designing a new little something, which I'm so excited about. I think it was at the start of summer that I got really excited about half fisherman's rib for some reason, and I had this idea of doing a summer sort of slip over tank top kind of cross in half fisherman's rib, but then somebody literally did exactly what I had envisioned. So I decided, oh yeah, no, there's no point. So I shelved that idea, but I didn't shelve the idea of half fisherman's rib. And then I just had an epiphany of this big half fisherman's rib all over jumper with in a drop shoulder shape with a really long button band that goes down really far. Hopefully, I'm imagining up until waistline maybe, or a bit high, I'm not sure yet. I'll kind of see as I go. But I have started on that design. So this is the back of it. See all the beautiful half fisherman's rib. I'm so in love with the definition of the stitch and how sort of thick it feels. Basically what I've done is I've got the idea and the shape, and I've drawn it all out, and I've measured myself to see where I would like it to sit on me so that I get first measurements. And then I was kind of stuck for something. I can't even remember where. And I decided to do another design consultation with Jen from JP Knits Things, who's helped me massively with the grading for the maman sweater. And she gave me some really useful tips. Amongst others, she said I could make a mock-up using fabric and just draw that out using the measurements that I have in my head right now, sew it together lightly with just like a really quick stitch so that I could try it on and see where everything lands. And I did that. I literally just bought a sheet, like a flat sheet from a little store right around the corner, and cut that all up and made a mock-up for myself. And that worked so well. That gave me a really good idea of where everything would land, what I would like bigger, what I would like smaller. So I started grading based on these measurements from the mock-up and the changes that I made for the mock-up. Sneeze. And I then started the grading so that I could start knitting. And I started with the back yoke, which got finished quite quickly. And now I have worked the front left shoulder and the front right shoulder. And I'm at the point where I'm joining, but only the shoulders and the back, but I'm not joining the entire work yet because I need to leave that massive gap for the button band. So yeah, that's coming, and I'm really in love with the stitch still. I think what I'll do is I'll knit a wee while for the body, maybe just like the ball of yarn that I have left, which is almost a full ball actually. And then I think I will make a sleeve just to see, because I want to see how much the shape of the shoulders changes with the weight of the sleeves on. I think maybe even when I have a sleeve on, I might just, I don't know if I'll block it or just steam block it to get an idea of how far it'll stretch. And when I'm done with the opening, I will attach the button band because I do need to see the gap filled. I kind of need to see it to visualize it a bit more. But I'm really happy with it so far. It's just about the dimensions. Have I hit the right dimensions? That's the big question. But I love how the shoulder seam looks. And I'll show you a bit of a preview there. Focusing, yeah, that's the shoulder seam. I love how defined that looks. I'm so happy how I did that. Yeah, I'm really in love with the way the construction worked out. But did I hit the right dimensions? That's the big question. That's what's really hard to tell when a fabric, especially a fabric in half fisherman's rib, will grow when you wash it and block it. And then this is also superwash yarn. It's the it's the extra fine merino from Drops Yarn, and it's a superwash yarn, obviously merino wool, so it's very, very soft. But superwash has a tendency to grow quite massively. I don't know, I'll just have to see if it grows a lot longer with the weight of the sleeves on and the entire body on, or if the shoulders would kind of stay the dimensions that I thought they would. But I'm really excited. I'm very, very excited by this design. It's definitely the most challenging that I have done so far. I think drop shoulder is not easy to design, at least with, I'm not doing the traditional kind of rectangular body drop shoulder. I'm doing a shaped shoulder drop shoulder. And that's, I think, making it a wee bit more complicated. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So that's what I've been knitting on in the clips yesterday evening. And that's what I'll be knitting on again today, just because I want to get more length in the body. That's also something that I'm kind of contemplating. So this is knitted in a drops yarn, and the extra fine merino yarn is actually super affordable. I think, I don't know how much this jumper cost me, but I want to say it's below £50. I think it might have been even in a sale. I got the yarn in a sale, but very, very affordable. And half fisherman's rib consumes a lot of yarn. So I was thinking I would knit at least 2 samples, one with the Drops extra fine merino, which is a very affordable yarn, And then I'd also like to knit one with a different kind of yarn in a different colorway, which is not carried by any of the drops ranges in that weight of yarn. And I'm imagining this sort of oatmeal-y light beige mixed color that has a bit of change and interest to it. So nothing that's a full solid color. I thought actually the color that I ordered from Drops would be like that, but it's not. It's completely different. It's one of the rare instances where I found that the color that you see on the screen is completely different to what it looks like in real life. I mean, this is supposed to be a light beige color, a light beige mix, and to me it just looks like a gray, like almost a flat gray. Okay, Emma just walked in. And now she's got my keyboard, and I hope she's gonna be happy with that. Oh, and the mouse. Anyway, so I wanted it in that different colorway, and I've seen the Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino, which looks exactly like that in the oatmeal color, but PetiteKnit and Sandnes Garn have just brought out a few different colorways for their Peer Gynt wool range, which looks very good as well. So I'm not entirely sure which I'll go for, because the Peer Gynt's obviously just a wool, which I'm assuming will be a bit more scratchy, and the Heavy Merino will be a bit more like the Drops one, just in terms of feel, I think, because they're both merino wool. But yeah, obviously the price difference is quite substantial. I think one skein of the Heavy Merino is about, I want to say around £7-8, and a skein of the Peer Gynt is about £4.50. So my husband just took her. Yeah, so it's about how much I want to spend in the end, I guess. That's where we're at with this project anyways, and that's what you've seen me knit. It's Sunday and we're taking it slow, so excuse the mess. That is me today. I've realized that I started knitting something and I haven't filmed it and talked about it. And this week is about a wee knitting vlog, so here I am catching up with you guys. I have, if you follow my channel, you might know I've got a pattern and test knitting. It's called the Maman Sweater, which is my first own design, and it's a woman's sweater, a round yoke sweater. And I am dying to make the baby's version because it's supposed to be a matching twin set for mommy and baby, hence why Maman and Bébé Sweater are the names. And I have been working on the baby version for a few weeks now. I've made my first sample and realized that the neck was way too big. I feel like it looked very big and misshapen a bit on Emma when I finished the garment. And I know part of it was due to the sizing chart that I used to grade for the kids version, but also part of it was just that a wide neck like that just doesn't work on kids. So I went back to the drawing board because you obviously need a larger neck opening somehow to fit their head over the neckband. And with the neckband that I used for the Maman sweater, it's knitted on 2mm needles and then folded and knitted together with the cast on edge. So it creates a very tight and I think neat looking neckband. However, the problem is that that neckband type is not very stretchy. So I can't rely on the traditional smaller circumference neckband that will stretch wide enough to fit over someone's head. So I have to put in a type of button band to allow for the head to fit through. And I've been playing with a lot of different button band designs. I've been thinking about doing like a little eyelet and just sewing on a button, but all of these, or maybe just some ribbing, but all of these don't really satisfy me. I feel like they just don't fit into the look and design of the sweater. So really in my head, what I think is the neatest solution is if I do a button band on the side seam on one of the shoulders. And I would like it to look and be folded as well to mimic the neckband, because I think if that is reflected here, it just looks the most continuous and neat. But that's quite challenging to do because I will have an open seam on a quite visible part. So I've been thinking a lot about how I can solve that and make it look neat. So I'm just trying out my latest idea for that. That's usually what I think about when I'm running, kind of design or knitting issues like that. So I'll just show you what I have so far. So far I have just knitted a little sample, and that is the neckband in the way I folded it with the Maman sweater, and then I've knitted a few rows with the 4mm needles here. And now I'm starting to do the button band on one of the sides. So obviously this side will have the holes for the buttons, and this side will be the one where the buttons are sewed onto, so that won't have any holes. And I will kind of see how it all plans out. I've done the button holes here, and now I'm just knitting enough to be able to fold over and sew it onto the other side. Yeah, so that's what I've been knitting on just now. I don't want to give away too much of the technique, but yeah, that's what I've been knitting on just now. Sometimes I'm finding it to be quite a balance between trying to explain what I'm doing, but also not trying to give away too much of the actual design and the techniques that I'm using, because obviously you need to leave something for people to discover in the pattern. Otherwise, why would they want to buy the pattern? That's why I'm being a little bit more secretive about it. But yeah, that's what's on my needles. I also haven't told you guys that I had to rip back the shoulders and the front yoke part of the other design that I'm working on, the woman's sweater that I've been doing. I had to undo the shoulders and the front yoke because when I looked at the shoulder construction for the front in the mirror, it just wasn't lining up well with the back yoke. and the back yoke was the way that I wanted it to be. So yeah, I went back to the drawing board. I basically simplified the shoulder construction in the front a lot more now, and I'll just see if that gives me what I would like. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because I really was kind of proud of the way I've constructed that shoulder, but it just did not turn out the way I wanted it to look. So yeah, had to go, and I've already cast on one of the shoulders again, and I'm just kind of working away on that yesterday. So yeah, sad, always sad when this happens and you have to redo something that you worked on for a few days, because it always feels like you've not made any progress. You're going steps back because you're ripping something back. However, I need to believe what I preach really and see it as progress, because it is, you know, you've tried something and you've noticed actually, nope, it doesn't work that way. And now you can move on to try it in a different way, which was the way I'm doing it now was always my plan B, because I would have preferred the other method. But, you know, you never know until you do it. So in actuality, it is progress that I have made, but it's okay. Slow process, slow process. Hi, it's Sunday evening and we are preparing a wonderful roast. Roast dinner with chicken and sauce and Yorkshire puddings, and I'm also making an apple tart for dessert. So yeah, I'll show you guys. Hi everyone, it is currently Tuesday and it's the evening and I've not done any filming today. I have also not done any knitting today. Yeah, the days are just full on when I'm with Emma on my own, and it's been a bit tricky because she's getting ill and she's changing her nap routine, so the days are a bit all over the place and not really our normal routine anymore. Yeah, I've just had some bad news and I'm in a bit of a mood. I'm not really in the mood to do anything but watch TV and knit. But I need to do some grading. I need to finish some grading for the baby version of the Maman sweater. I've been pushing that away for the longest time, and I've started yesterday, so I need to finish it today so that I can start knitting that again. Yeah, the grading is never the fun bit for me. It's always quite tough and it's still quite new, so I always feel like I don't really know what I'm doing. But if it gets too bad, then I know I can call Jen from JP Knits Things and we'll do a session and she'll help me. So yeah, excuse the state of my hair. But yeah, I'm just doing some grading. I think I might film a few clips, and hopefully if Emma is in the mood, I'll have maybe an hour or two for some knitting in front of the TV. So hopefully it goes by quickly. have started cutting the video together and I realized that I've actually never talked about one of the things that I have cast on this week, or maybe the only thing that I have cast on this week, and it is the Claudia cardigan from the Making Memories book, which was kindly gifted to me as part of a knit along for the Catedral Sweater. I just fancied knitting something where I didn't have to turn on my brain and constantly make design decisions and trial and error. I just wanted something that works, that's easy and straightforward on big needles. So I decided to cast on that cardigan. I wanted to knit it anyways because it's super cute. It has this embroidery detail on the collar. Emma, du Marke. Little break because Emma spilled her milk. So yeah, I was saying I just wanted something that was easy to knit, that I didn't really have to pay much attention to, that would go fast, so big needles. And then I love this cardigan and I wanted to knit it anyways because it has this beautiful embroidery detail on the collar and they just look so pretty and cute. And I had the yarn in stash. I don't know if I have quite enough. Gehst du mal ein bisschen Pepper gucken? I had the yarn in stash. I bought it last year at the Glasgow School of Yarn Festival, which is always in October. So I'm buzzing to go again this year. And it's from The Little Grey Girl. I forgot the colorway, but I'll insert it again. And I think it's just the most beautiful purpley. Yeah, I think it's just the most beautiful purpley color and it would fit really well into her wardrobe. So I just cast that on because she also needs a new cardigan anyways. She's outgrown her old one. So yeah, that's what I've been casting on this week. Yeah. Hi everyone, it's the last day of vlogging and it's just going to be an easy at-home day. We're currently on the playground, Emma's in the swings and yeah, I'll just show you around the last day. I don't know how much knitting I'll get done, but I think I'll hopefully be able to film a few clips. I'm also taking my maman sweater out for a little stroll today. Hi. So it's the evening now. We've had a lovely day at home. We were just playing out on the playground, watching some TV, playing with Play-Doh. We just had, yeah, a wonderful, lovely little day at home. I did get some knitting done when Emma was sleeping, so that's nice. And now she's asleep and I will just join my husband in front of the TV and do some more knitting on her cardigan, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to end the video here, say thank you so much for watching and joining me on this first knitting vlog. And yeah, I mean, I think it's always interesting to see what other people are getting done in a week and what's a realistic sort of like knitting week for people. And as you know, I'm all about the slow knit life on this channel. So I thought showing you a bit of an insight into my day-to-day and what I'm getting done, what I'm knitting in a week is always nice and interesting. So yeah, I do hope you found this video interesting. Give it a thumbs up if you did, so that I know that I can film something like this again in future. And I'm hopefully filming a knitting podcast soon again, because I have quite a few things to talk about. I'm just waiting on one more purchase to talk about. and then I'll film another one. So I hope to see you for that video. Subscribe if you like this, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.